welcome to this basketball broadcast brought to you by WHOU and WFKT, by Bowers Funeral Home, the County Federal Credit Union, TNT, Northern Maine Community College, Scoville Building Supply, FAP Body, United Insurance, J. McLaughlin Construction, Daigle Oil Company, Priority Auto Sales, Rick Hannigan Plumbing, Cushman & Sons, KBHC, County Ag and Turf, Bolton Tire and Steelstone, Maine Equipment, Griffith Ford, Napa and Coastal Auto Parts, Pat's Pizza, Madigan Home Healthcare, Pioneer Times, Pioneer Broadband, Thompson & Hamill, Aroostook Limousines, Huber Engineered Woods, Jeans Electronics, County Physical Therapy, Katahdin Trust Company, White Smiles, Maine Baseball Academy, S.W. Collins, Nortrax, Herring Brothers. Now let's go down to the floor.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. For some of you, welcome back to Fort Kent Community High School, where we have the second leg of our doubleheader here. We have the girls are now in action. Same two contenders, the Woodland Dragons visiting your Fort Kent Lady Warriors. I'm familiar voice Dominic Rosnell, being joined by University of Maine at Fort Kent women's head basketball coach Fletcher Brown. Fletcher, thanks for joining us for your maiden voyage on WHOU and WFKT.
Appreciate that, Dom. It's a pleasure. I've been looking forward to doing a game all season. I'm glad we had a break in our women's basketball schedule so I could check out the game today.
Yeah, we should have a good one. These are two very familiar teams. Fort Kent coming out on the short end on their visit down to Woodland, but that's always a tough trip and always a tough place to play. We do see that the Lady Dragons are a little undermanned tonight. I know I had to scratch 3 names off of my scorebook. So we hope that they can have a speedy recovery. Hopefully they're attending or visiting one of our county physical therapy locations. And hopefully they can get back in time for a late season playoff push. The Woodland Dragons are 4-12, sitting at 15th, just outside of the 14-team playoff in Class C. Your Lady Warriors are also 4-12, but with more points out of those 4 wins, sitting at 12. But I'm sure that they won't be quite comfortable with being that close to missing out on the playoffs. So everyone is a big at this point. We're going to have another senior recognition here in just a few seconds. They're going to do their captain's meeting, and then we're going to, again, if you were with us for our boys contest, we'll do the same thing for the girls. I believe they have, looking around, I think 3 or 4, maybe 3. Somewhere between 2 and 4 seniors. Oh, there's a roster right in front of me, so I guess I could look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4 seniors. So we're going to recognize them for their years of commitment and their contributions to Fort Kent athletics, most of them being more than just one sport athlete, so for everything they've done for this program. So we are going to turn it over to Mr. Scott Sivany, our Master of Ceremonies, and he's going to run us through that.
Nortrax is your John Deere construction and forestry equipment dealer for the entire state of Maine. We stand ready to serve all your new and used heavy equipment needs. Count on Nortrax for 24-hour parts and service support and around-the-clock machine monitoring with JD Link. Our certified technicians and parts specialists alongside our product support technology reps are here to serve you. We stand ready as your John Deere construction and forestry equipment team in Maine.
Hi from Jeans, where you'll find better TV and more ways to enjoy it. Get 190 channels for $59.99 a month with Dish. Plus, get a free voice remote on us. And remember, we're also trained Nest Pros and deliver white glove service for all kinds of smart home solutions, like the Google Nest Learning Thermostat or the Google Nest Cam Outdoor, which lets you look after your home from anywhere so you can travel worry-free. So come and visit our newest location on Stillwater in Bangor, or visit us online to find a local store near you.
Always asking him to do something for us. He goes out of his way to help us and make sure that our gym is prepared for every game, and even after when his custodial staff does their cleanup. Thank you, Mr. Rudy, for always helping us.
If you know Mr. Sivany, he prides his professionalism. He organizes our books and makes sure we always know how much time is left at half. He compliments us after every game in school as well. He's truly a warrior.
Okay, so I saved the best for last. He never fails to miss a home game and is always here an hour early so he can talk game with me. He comes into Al's every week just to talk about basketball, doesn't even order food. I'll never forget the time he called Al's on a snow day to make sure the game was still on because he couldn't miss one. Every time I walk into the gym, he has a newspaper article or pictures or stats about the game before anytime he sees my name in the paper. He is truly a Warrior fan, and the support he gives us is incredible. Thank you, Mr. Labby.
The next gifts go up to our coaches, Coach Kelly, Coach Eric, and Coach Dave. Thank you so much for us. And we have our truest Warrior fan, Devin, as well, that helps us a lot.
Basketball fans, this afternoon marks the final home game for our senior basketball players. We are honored to take a few moments today to recognize each of the senior team members and their parents for the hard work and dedication they have given to the basketball program here at Fort Kent Community High School. I would kindly ask head coach Mr. Kelly O'Leary and his assistant coaches, Mr. Davis Sear, Mr. Eric Wortgen, and Mr. Devin Sear, to proceed to the stage area to recognize their senior student athletes and their parents by presenting them with a flower. The senior manager for the Fort Kent Community High School Lady Warriors basketball team, Senior Taylor Susie. Taylor is the daughter of Aaron and Mark Susie. Number 14, senior Kaylee Gimo. Kaylee is the daughter of Beth and Jamie Gimo. Number 33, senior Samantha Roy. Samantha is the daughter of Jennifer and Alan Roy. Samantha and her family have made a tremendous sacrifice since April 2019. Samantha's dad, Alan, is serving in the Army National Guard and is currently stationed in Poland, working to protect the freedoms we value. We thank you for the sacrifice your family has made in the past year, and we thank your dad for his service to our great nation. Samantha told me recently that her dad will be home in April and in time for her graduation. Thank you, Alan, for your service to our country. Number 20, senior captain, Madison Saucier. Madison is the daughter of Christine and Curtis Saucier. Number 23, senior captain, Desiree Hafford. Desiree is the daughter of Kim Parody and Toby Hafford and her stepfather, Jason Parody. We would also like to wish head coach Kelly O'Leary a happy birthday tomorrow. And at this time, the teams may step back out onto the court to resume their warm-ups.
Actually, can the Fort seniors please go take their pictures under the vest? Thank you.
So I now have Fletcher, who was down courtside with the Lady Dragons head coach, Mr. Keith Moody.
All right, Dom, thank you. We're here with the Woodland coach. Coach, if I'm not mistaken, you handled the Fort Kent Warriors team. It was a lopsided victory in your favor last time you guys played, right?
It was. We played pretty well, and I know Fort Kent can play better, so it was, one of those days.
Yeah, I understand completely. What was the mindset coming into today, knowing that, they might have a lot of potential for a different game tonight?
Well, they're senior night, and our tall girl is out with a sprained ankle, and we have some illness and injury, so we're a little thin and a little concerned about today. So we're gonna do the best we can and hopefully give a good account today.
Yeah, that was leading into my next question. Looks like you had some scratches on the roster. Who do you expect to step up for you? Who do you think is going to be an X factor on your team off the bench?
Well, we have our freshman girls, and so we're hoping that they'll play aggressive. Amy Cox, our sister Nicole, Hannah Lockenwitz. We have our junior guards, so we're hoping that they'll feel confident to shoot the ball. They've been a little timid this year, and but they are improving, and that's what I'm kind of hoping for. If not, it's going to be a really long afternoon for us and a good win for Fort Kent. So we're hoping to get the shots up.
Okay, sounds good, Coach. Good luck. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
So we thank Coach Moody for that. I know that I believe the usual head coach or one of the other coaches, Michelle Ripley, not present tonight. So maybe she's been bitten by the same bug that a lot of the other players have. Now we are going to have Fletcher now with Coach O'Leary.
Tonight, what's the emotion going into the game? Are the girls pumped up, or what do you think?
Yeah, I think they're ready to play. Again, we've been preaching all year. We can't be beating ourselves, and mental mistakes, turnovers, bad fouls. So if we can stay away from those, we'll be doing pretty good.
Okay, cool. The last time you played Woodland, it wasn't exactly in your favor. What sort of adjustments were you guys planning on making tonight to get the game, going in your favor a little bit better?
Well, we had some good adjustments coming in. The Curtis girl was a big part of why we didn't win down there in Woodland, and we had a good game plan going in. She's not playing tonight. I guess she's out with an ankle injury or something like that. So we're going to go back to what we do typically. I mean, defend hard and try to get our offense going and get good looks through our offense.
Cool. Last question. You're number 12. You guys looking to continue moving up?
Yeah, with this win, I think we can get probably to 11 or 10, hopefully. We got one more game on the season, Fort Fairfield, which would be a big points win there. So that's on the road. We're not expecting it, but we're looking okay.
Good luck, Coach. Happy birthday.
Thank you, Fletch, and thank you, Coach O'Leary, always generous with his time and very insightful with it, holding nothing back. We are just about a minute or so away here from Mr. Seveny giving us his, I think now, county famous starting lineup introduction. I mean, more than just starting lineup, it's not actually it being the last home game. They, again, like they do the first game of the year, recognize the entire team. So they will begin by mentioning the non-starters for both sides before giving us our starting lineup. So there will be no anthem for this one, as we did that before the boys varsity contest. And we will turn it over to Mr. Sivany.
Between the visiting Lady Dragons of Woodland Junior Senior High School of Baileyville and your Fort Kent Community High School Lady Warriors. Basketball fans, this afternoon marks the final home game of the 2019-2020 high school basketball season for the girls. At this time, we would like to introduce all team personnel, first with the non-starters. For the visiting Lady Dragons of Woodland Junior Senior High School of Baileyville, a sophomore, number 5, Sierra Bryant. A sophomore, number 12, Joanna Korsadovich. A freshman, number 3, Hannah Lockenwitz. And a junior, number 25, Emily Curtis. The managers for the Lady Dragons are junior Emily MacArthur and senior Nick Gagner. Now for your Fort Kent Community High School Lady Warriors, a freshman, number 1, Shania Morin. A junior, number 4, Shaylee Jandro. A sophomore, number 5, Allie Morgan. A freshman, number 10, Genevieve Mirana. A sophomore, number 11, Cassidy O'Leary. A freshman, number 12, Gracie Landry. A Sophomore, number 24, Vivian Drolet. And a freshman, number 30, Caitlin Overlock. The managers for the Lady Warriors are senior Taylor Susie and freshman Peyton Wazin. Here are today's starting lineups for the visiting Lady Dragons of Woodland Junior Senior High School, coached by Mr. Keith Moody, assistant coach Mr. Ben Maloney. At guard, a freshman, number 1, Nicole Cox. At guard, a freshman, number 10, Amy Cox. At forward, a junior, number 4, Captain Emily Erskine. At forward, a junior, number 12, Captain Abby Walker. Gotcha. At forward, a junior, number 21, Jaden Smith. And now for your Fort Kent Community High School Lady Warriors, coached by Mr. Kelly O'Leary, assistant coaches Mr. Davis Sear, Mr. Eric Worgan, and Mr. Devin Sear. At guard, a freshman, number 2, Larissa Daigle. At forward, a senior, number 33, your captain, Samantha Roy. At forward, a senior, number 20, your captain, Madison Saucier. At forward, a senior, number 23, your captain, Desiree Hafford. And jumping center for your Lady Warriors, the senior, number 14, your captain, Kaylee Guimont. This week has been designated by the International Association of Approved Basketball Officials as Officials versus Cancer Week. Please notice our officials are using a pink whistle rather than the standard black whistle. This color represents the cause of fighting cancer. Cancer touches many of us, and our officials are promoting the need for all of us to continue to raise funds for this very worthy cause. This week, officials throughout Maine are donating a portion of their game fees to support this cause. Please consider doing likewise. The officials for this afternoon's contest are Mr. Adam Murchison and Mr. Jeff Stevenson.
And with that, we are ready for action. In case you missed it, the starters there for Fort Kent, number 2, Larissa Daigle, 14, Kaylee Guimont, 20, Madison Saucier, 23, Desiree Hafford, 33, Samantha Roy. That's for Fort Kent, who wins the tip. For Woodland, 10, Amy Cox, number 1, Nicole Cox, number 4, Emily Erskine, number 21, Jaden Smith, and number 12, Abby Walker. So Fort Kent attacking left to right, looking like they're going to be attacking a 3-2 zone here by the Lady Dragons, and the quick find into Guimont finishes no good. Good contest there by number 12, Walker. They were, however, unable to control the rebound. It's going to go back over to the Lady Warriors. Quick inbound to Hafford, and she's going to take that three, and that first one just rims out. Rebound finally controlled, but given right back to the Lady Warriors.
There you go.
Roy with the nice steal and kick out to Daigle. She's going to look to set things up here. Kick over to Roy. She's going to turn down that shot, find Guimont in the paint. That pass is deflected out to Hafford. I don't think they're going to count that one. It's a heck of a horse shot, though.
Just a bit outside.
Yep, that's hitting the support beams up above the backboard. So that's going to be out of bounds to the Lady Dragons. They're going to attack quickly the other way. Hafford, though, with the good recovery to knock that one away.
I like the full court pressure from the Warriors.
Yeah, not uncommon from them. See a lot of 1-3-1 in both the half court and the full. kind of staples of Coach O'Leary's teams. Inbound finds 21 Smith underneath. Her shot is no good. Rebound down, controlled by Sose. Gets the quick advance outlet up to Hafford. No numbers though, so she'll let her teammates join her.
If the Warriors can capitalize on some of the full court pressure, try and speed the game up, hopefully they can run them out of the zone and get the tempo going in their favor a little bit.
And that's what they try to do, kind of turn that defense into offense.
Well, they just turned it over. There we go.
That shot no good by Walker. Rebounds down to Sose, who advance it up to Roy. One of the 4 seniors getting the starting nod tonight, being joined by freshman Larissa Daigle. Kind of a glimpse of the past and into the future of Lady Warriors basketball. Well, I guess still the present. Season's not over, but their 4 years of contributions greatly appreciated here. That one unable to be controlled by one of the Cox sisters. That one, number 10, Amy. Out of bounds to the Lady Warriors. Seem to be now in a 2-1-2 zone, so already mixing up their defensive look so as to not be predictable. Daigle's 3 is long. Rebound knocked around, out of bounds eventually. Going to stay with the Lady Warriors, as called by Mr. Adam Murchison, one of our 2 officials, the other one being Mr. Stevenson.
Oh, I run the same out of bounds play. Works every time.
A lot of teams do, and somehow it still gets layups underneath, and that one there converted and promptly turned over back to the Lady Warriors. They're going to inbound here.
If you get that bottom corner defender engaged with the 3-point threat, and then you set a screen on the little middle defender in the zone, and you're going to get a layup 9 times out of 10.
They do have the 3-point threats that can kind of garner that attention in between Hafford and Saucier and Daigle. Speaking of Daigle, she's going to take the little pull-up. That one a little long, but Roy down with the offensive rebound. Hafford thought about it, thought better. Daigle with the passing cut, a little congestion in the middle though. Finds Guimon at the elbow, she'll take that. And it rims out off the backboard, rebound down finally to Erskine. She seems like she's going to be doing a lot of the ball handling, as are the Cox sisters, Amy and Nicole. Erskine's with the 3 in front of Fort Kent's bench, no good. Rebound knocked around, finally controlled by Amy Cox. She gets it over to Sis, who misses the 3. Rebound down to Sam Roy, who's going to bring it up herself. Swings it over to Daigle, who is wide open. Obliges and takes the 3, but it's no good. Roy, though, however, with another rebound. So a very active first start here for Roy. A lot of rebounds on both ends, and is fouled on that one. Giving Fort Kent the ball underneath. They're going to issue that one to Nicole Cox.
Coach, go back to the same out of bounds play.
Don't fix it if it ain't broken, right? However, it does eventually find Madison Saucier, who drops that one in for 2. Fort Kent out to a quick 4-0 lead here. Nice little baseline drive and then kick. It eventually finds Erskine for the little 18-footer, which rims out. Rebound again by Roy.
She's inhaling them today.
Yeah, looking forward to see what totals Stat Boy Jake has for us on the end of this one. Tough pass there into Saucier. Doesn't quite find her, but it does eventually get back to a Lady Warrior. Roy's going to take the 3 off the back rim. No good. Hafford doesn't quit on it. She was able to rip it away from Walker and then was fouled after the fact. So they're going to get another inbound underneath opportunity. They're going to let Nicole Cox lace up her sneakers. She does so, so we're back in action. I think a little miscommunication there as to who that was intended for.
They did run the same out of bounds play. She was open. I think bounce pass would have been better suited.
Yeah. Daigle with probably the ill-advised save there back into her own backcourt where there was only Dragons that were there. Fortunately, the layup was missed. Rebound tied up. Possession arrow pointing to the Lady Dragons.
Love the hustle, but got to make sure you know a good sense of where you're throwing that thing. You don't want to throw it right back into other team's basket.
Well, Erskine's shot there was no good. Rebound knocked out of bounds. Going to give possession over to the Lady Warriors. We're a little over halfway through this first quarter. Still just the 4 points by the Lady Warriors. Daigle with the drive, no good, but doesn't give up on it and gets her own rebound back. Hafford's going to drive through some contact. Shot is up and no good. She gets her own rebound, however, and was fouled on that shot attempt. So that's going to send her to the line for the first free throws of the afternoon. They are going to issue the foul to, I believe that was, if I read the fingers correctly there, number 21, Jaden Smith. It is her first, the team's third. So after having a pretty foul-free early going here, they're already almost halfway through to the bonus. First free throw by Hafford is good. And that foul is going to see number 5, Sierra Bryant, check in for her first action. Second free throw is up and just rims out. Rebound down to Walker. So they seem to be pretty comfortable with whoever ends up with it handling the ball. So I say that it's almost turned over, but Guimond unable to control possession after the deflection. Amy Cox with it now to sister Nicole. Over to Bryant, who just avoids a turnover there. Smith tried driving through some traffic, loses it, but it was recovered by a Woodland Dragon until finally taken back away by the Lady Warriors. Desiree Hafford dribbling down in front of us. No one's going to pick her up. So she'll gladly take that three. It just rims out somehow.
Transition defense from the Dragons, a little bit shaky in the early going.
Yeah, they. I'm sure they're told to get back and defend the basket, and they did, but I don't think they need 5 of them defending one person at the basket. Guimond drives there, and she's going to draw the foul and get back to the line. So fouls piling up here for the Lady Dragons, and glad to say none thus far for the Lady Warriors. They've usually picked up a few by now with their aggressive defensive style, but no fouls thus far. That first free throw by Guimond is just out off the back of the rim. And regular starter Shaylee Gendreau is going to check in for Samantha Roy, who had some really good minutes in there. Good 5.5 minutes of activity and rebounding and making things happen. So I'm sure that's not the last we'll see of her. We're trying to see if we can figure out a possession arrow situation here. Mr. Stevenson turned electrician, gets us plugged back in.
You know, you mentioned Samantha Roy. She's going to be suiting up for the Lady Bengals soccer team at the local university next year. Coach Alex Smith just signed her last week. She gave the Bengals her commitment, so we're looking forward to what she brings to our national champion women's soccer team.
Correct. She's one of a few that are making the short trek down the street here to UMFK. I think they saw, 3 or 4 of this graduating senior class at Fort Kent?
Yep, Desiree Hafford's going to be joining them, and
there was Amanda Tebow one.
I'll look it up.
Exactly. We'll get the names for you. But, yeah, nice to see a lot of talent staying local and the local university recognizing and valuing the talent that we do have right here in the Valley. We are going to get the first foul called against the Lady Warriors. We'll see who that one is issued to. It's going to give that to 14, Kaylee Guimond, for obviously her first, as well as the team's. Not in the act of shooting, so Woodland's going to inbound underneath their own basket. Hafford harassing the inbounder and doing a good enough job to not allow her to get the inbound and forcing the 5-second violation.
So as we mentioned, Samantha Roy, Desiree Hafford, Amanda Tebow, and Riley Sibley all will be joining the Bengals ladies soccer team next season.
Some excellent athletes and some even better young ladies that are going to contribute both on the field and in the locker room to that culture and just really bring a lot to that team. So that shot was off and rebound controlled down to the Lady Dragons, who looking to kind of break the lid on that rim here. Only 2 points in the early going, and that is Abby Walker with a nice drive baseline and getting out from under the backboard to finish that one.
The gamble from the Warriors, risky, high risk, high reward.
Yeah, I don't think think Guimond was the intended target, but I don't think she was aware of it until it was already sailing to where the area she had just vacated under the basket. Good idea if everyone's on the same page. However, that wasn't the case there. Cox is going to save that one from going into the backcourt and get it back to the top here. Fort Kent seeming to be playing a little bit of straight man-to-man, which I think Coach O'Leary has been kind of more and more willing to use. They're going to get either Shaylee Gendreau or no, it's actually going to be Larissa Daigle who they get with the foul there. Could have been one of either of the two. But either way, it's going to send Walker to the line for 2 free throws, just under a minute here in this first quarter. That first free throw is pure. She will get another. Number 3, Hannah Lockenwitz checking in for her first action.
I'd be interested to see what the Warriors do with the time and score here into the first quarter. They're going to hold it for 1. What do you think?
Well, there's been a lot of times where I kind of put my foot in my mouth and said I expected or would advise them to hold for 1, and then they take the first shot they get. And true to form, they take one quickly that is no good. Rebound down to the Lady Dragons, so we'll see if they're content with either going into the quarter, being as undermanned as they are with either a tie or a 2-point lead. Fort Kent still in their man-to-man defense. Dragons kind of cautiously probing, all the passes being around the top of their perimeter. Not in any hurry to force a bad look, so it does appear as though they will take the last one. Or they were going to try to until that pass was stolen away by Saucier. She advances it up to Guimond, and she's only able to get a hand to knock it out of bounds, so it's going to come right back to the Lady Dragons, and I couldn't imagine they wouldn't be taking the last shot now, assuming they get one off. So it gets into Cox. She crosses over, kicks it over, and that shot is deflected by Daigle. So the first quarter comes to an end with a score of things tied up being at 6, and we will take the minute break with them on WHOU and WFKT.
Tired of the same old boring meals? Try something new this week. TNT Takeout at 69 High Street in Holton has what you're looking for.
And believe me, the name doesn't lie. The food is dynamite. Every pizza is loaded with lots of gooey cheese and delicious toppings, from traditional pepperoni to barbecue chicken combination to vegetarian pizza or all meat.
You can grab their specials or enjoy salads to food off the grill, Mexican seafood, and hot or cold subs. TNT Takeout, the convenience store that has it all.
Call 521-5250.
The guys at Griffith Honda are in a whole heap of trouble again, ever since they started giving steals to the good people of the county. Steals like this 2017 Honda Ridgeline RTL, Griffith certified at only $28,995. They've all been going a bit stir crazy, but luckily for them, Pork Chop ordered a large pepperoni pizza with extra keys. Stop in today and get your steal from Griffith Honda.
All right, let's get out of here.
So we are back for the beginning of the second quarter. It's going to be Fort Kent Lady Warriors ball to start, still going left to right. Desiree Hafford inbounds to Larissa Daigle. Woodland seems to have switched over to a man-to-man defense. And it catches Kaylee Guimond in the paint for too long. She's going to get a 3-second violation. Fort Kent now pressing.
Yeah, let's crank it up.
Broken rather easily. It seemed to just be a man press, and they just kind of gave it to number 10, Amy Cox, and let her go. Fort Kent still in their man-to-man defense. Ball being worked around the perimeter. That long three just off the outside of the rim. Rebound down to Daigle. She's going to look to change ends quickly. She kicks it out to Hafford for the corner three, and that is good. So her first 3 of the night, on this being her senior night. She's made many of those over her career. The signature stand-still three-pointer.
Yeah, quick trigger, no hesitation from the corner.
A shot she's become very comfortable and proficient with over the years. That pass almost thrown away by Hafford, but
almost got away.
I think she did get away, but they got the 2-for-1 special on that one, and the foul is going to be called on the following shot. We'll see who they give it to. It's going to be given to number 20, Madison Saucier, for her first. Yeah, I thought Hafford definitely got away with one there on the shot before. But either way, it's going to be Walker back to the line. First one just rims out, back rim. Checking in for the Lady Dragons, returning rather, is number 21, Jaden Smith.
We've got a real tight one early, Dom.
We do. That second one rather is good, cutting the lead to 2 on our Napa Auto Parts scoreboard with the Lady Warriors 9, Lady Dragons 7. Hafford's drive to the lane, sees the ball bounce off of a foot, though not from a kick. So it's just going to be tied up after giving the ball. Now that we have a working possession arrow, we can see it's going back over to the Lady Dragons. They're going to go over the top of that press.
Yeah, Fort Kent's got to be safety. They've got their 4 across, the free throw line. No safety in the back court, or I guess this would be in the front court.
Yeah, it looks like everyone was in total deny, leaving the backside of it pretty exposed. If they have an inbounder that can get it up over the top of them. Another tie-up, though. He's going to see it come back to the Lady Warriors. Daigle gets it to Guimont on that high post entry. Shovel off to Jandro. Eventually gets Saucier a look from about 7, but no good there. Pretty back and forth action here thus far. Well, we are going to get our 8th foul of the half called, 4 apiece. I didn't catch who we gave it to. It's Saucier's second.
It's been physical so far in the second quarter as opposed to the first quarter that flew right by.
Yep. I think, no, they're not going to get Saucier. They're going to get Guimont. Roy's going to check back in for her. Saucier's going to need to be careful, though, so as to not get that 3rd foul in the first half. The one that usually ends a half for a player. So inbounding underneath, well done.
Screener, nice execution from the Dragons. Got to knock that down. Samantha Roy, another rebound.
Filling that stat sheet up. Boy, Jake Hebert's going to be running out of ink. Hafford there got fouled on that attempt from behind by, I believe that was number 1, Nicole Cox. She actually seems to be coming out the worst of the two. Maybe kind of jammed a knee or bumped it on the way down. Coach is going to get her out of there quickly for a little quick wellness check. See school nurse and on-site trainer Joanne O'Leary springing into action. Well, I think she's going to refuse attention. She's going to just try to, don't want to say walk that one off because she actually grabbed a seat real quick, but knees are always scary, sometimes as innocuous as they may look. That second free throw by Hafford was off. Rebound down to the Lady Dragons. So they're going to see if they can tie this thing up for the first time, I believe. Oh no, they had it at 6-6. So hotly contested thus far.
Yeah, back into the 1-3-1 for the Warriors.
Yeah, they're probably more comfortable and familiar defense that we're used to seeing out of Coach O'Leary's teams. That entry attempt knocked out of bounds, but Lady Dragons going to keep possession, inbounding underneath their own basket. Smith coming across and taking the long one that is no good. Another rebound for Roy. It's a quick outlet up ahead to Daigle. She lets Hafford get outside the three-point line. That shot, however, is no good. Shaylee Jandro with the follow-up is also no good. Saucier battling her shot attempt, just rimmed out, and she wasn't able to save that one as she had stepped out of bounds before leaving her feet.
Man, great second effort on the offensive glass from the Warriors. A secret to highly rated offensive teams. You look at some of the best offensive teams in NCAA or even in the professional ranks, Denver Nuggets, UConn Huskies, a lot of offensive rebounds. It's a little secret nugget for you guys.
Well, that may be the closest you'll get to the basket in a possession. Most rebounds are had right around the basket, so if you end up with it there, you're probably taking high percentage looks after. missed what the violation was there, but it gives the ball back over to the Lady Warriors. See Woodland still in now a man-to-man defense. They've been mixing it up just as much as the Lady Warriors have. Hafford drives that lane. She's going to get fouled on her shot attempt. I think that one might go to number 10, Amy Cox. We'll see it get reported to confirm. No, they're actually going to give that one to, I think I might have seen a 12 there. It's going to be Abby Walker's second.
Yeah, Hafford's living at the line so far. Second quarter, real quick first step. Barreling into the defense, putting a lot of pressure on the interior D for the Dragons.
And that could be big in this one, particularly with how thin the Dragons' bench is, especially today with as many bodies missing as they have. Hafford unable to convert either of those free throws, but the rebound is knocked back out to her. She'll take the three. That one is off as well. Rebound is the quick advance up to Smith. Let's find Erskine on the wing, and she'll slow things down, let her teammates join her. Cox is going to take the wing jumper. That is no good. On the rebound action, though, I think they're going to get Hafford for the contact low, preventing the Lady Dragon. I missed who it was that got fouled, but wasn't able to get up and contest for that rebound. Just going to keep the ball with them underneath their own basket. A couple cross screens being sent here. Erskine's going to take that jumper, no good. Rebound knocked out of bounds. They're going to say it was off. Number 5, Sierra Bryant last, and give possession over to the Lady Warriors.
Much better switching from the Lady Warriors defense and the out of bounds underneath. First time they got duped on the little screen, the screener action. Much better execution of the switches this time.
Yeah, they did. They're kind of, prioritizing defending the paint there, unlike Woodland on that possession. And
parting of the Red Sea right there.
Yes, Daigle's able to capitalize. Extends Fort Kent's lead up to 4 points.
Yeah, 2-possession game. Woodland still got a lot of life.
That one's stolen away by Hafford, and she's not going to lose many of these races. She gets that layup to finally bounce around and fall.
I feel a TO coming for Woodland. Could be wrong.
Yeah, they're about one basket or turnover away from needing one.
Here it is. TO, baby, TO.
Not even.
I smelled it. I could feel it coming.
So Coach Moody's going to take the 30-second timeout, and we'll take a 30-second break as well on WHOU and WFKT.
Madigan Healthcare Services provides a continuum of healthcare, from skilled nursing facility, rehab therapy, to home health care.
After 5 days in the hospital, they suggested that I come to the Madigan. The level of care, the service, the respect that they showed me, even the aftercare, everything about it was really excellent, and I feel healthy. So the services that I've received at the Madigan have enabled me to get back to those things that I really love to do.
So we are back. The Warriors kind of pulled off the press there, allowing the inbound, but now playing some high-pressure defense in the half court. It seems to be a 2-3 or 2-1-2 zone. So again, both teams being very willing to mix it up. Maybe it's just a straight man, and it happened to be in a 2-1-2 or 2-3 formation. As see people chasing the ball all over the half court. That one knocked out of bounds off the foot or leg of Erskine, so it's going to give the ball over to the Lady Warriors.
Not a ton of height for the Warriors, but good overall length and size, 1 through 5. That's really well suited for a zone defense. Coach O'Leary's got the 1-3-1 going. I like it.
I think Mr. Stevenson's going to get Daigle for the foul on the rebounding action there, jumping over the back. That's going to be her second. She's going to have to play the Lex.
Throw the touchdown, Woodland. Throw the touchdown. Super Bowl's tomorrow. Throw the touchdown. Turnover.
Instead, they give it over to Daigle in the corner.
Interception, I guess I should say.
Yes, it was. Sose's shot is no good. Her arm gets locked up in there, but frees herself in time to avoid the foul call.
You just make one long touchdown pass, whether you get the layup or not. It's got to keep the defense on their toes.
Yeah, it'll soften it up. Kind of give them one more thing to think about. It's one of those things you say, as a coach, when you're telling your team about attacking presses. Say you got to make them pay, otherwise there's no deterrent for them to have to call it off. If you just settle for getting it across and then letting them recover, you're not punishing them. You're going to get Roy with the blocking foul there. Very active defense, but just a second late to that spot. That is going to be Fort Kent's 7th team foul, so it's going to send, I see a jersey here, I think that's number 1, Nicole Cox, to the line.
Could be dangerous. Last little bit of the half, putting Woodland at the line.
Front end of the 1-and-1 is no good. Rebound down to Saucier. She gets a quick advance up to Hafford. She has no numbers with her, so she'll let the cavalry arrive here. Nice pass over the top to Roy. Her layup is good. Really good find there by Jandro with a nice touch pass over the top of the outstretched arms of that Woodland zone. Hafford covering Erskine in the corner. That post entry attempt is no good, as Saucier had it pretty well covered on the 3-quarter front, and the help side was there enough to give a very small window to squeeze it in. And they were unable to do so, and it's out of bounds. So down to 2 minutes remaining here in this fast-moving first half. Lady Warriors with an 8-point lead. A good find again to Roy there on the back cut. Unable to convert, though. Daigle's going to recover this one before it enters the backcourt and slow things down. She drives right down and is blocked, but they're going to get Walker with the old, you got her with the body foul. It was clean up top, but moving into her with the body. It's going to send Daigle to the line for what I believe are her first 2 free throws.
Neither team shooting too well from the line today.
No, that first one is no good. Coach O'Leary is going to use this opportunity to take a quick 30-second timeout to talk about the rest of this first half, and we'll take 30 as well in WHOU and WFKT.
Aroostook Limousines and Ace Rent-A-Car get you there in style. Aroostook Limousines has 8 and 12-passenger limousines and a 20-passenger party bus for evenings out, proms, weddings, birthdays, concerts, whatever the celebration. Travel anywhere in-state. And Ace Rent-A-Car specializes in insurance rentals and has locations in Presque Isle, Holton, and Patton at Savage Paint and Body. Ace offers everything from compact cars to vans. Ace Rent-A-Car. We do it right and we make it easy. Reach both businesses at 768-7368.
So we are back just in time for the second of Daigle's 2 free throws.
I like the timeout from Coach O'Leary there. See if he can maybe switch up the defense or not needed. Corner, excuse me, that was on the wing from Hafford. Fort Kent making a living on the offensive glass. I was saying maybe O'Leary was going to switch up the defense, put some sort of a different press in. They benefited from the offensive rebound off the free throw, but couldn't quite convert. Maybe just giving the players a quick breather to finish out, the last 90 seconds or 2 minutes strong.
Good defensive recovery there by Saucier after getting beat on the baseline. She recovers and knocks that shot loose. It goes out of bounds, remaining with the Lady Dragons. Nothing much on the inbounds, so they just settle for getting it in. Swing it up top to Bryant. See a lot of good activity and movement in the defensive half court by the Lady Warriors. Really no lanes to be had for Woodland. Erskine with it now up to Cox, who gets it over to Smith on the wing, gets it back to Cox, eventually comes back with it. I think they're going to get Roy with the foul before any shot attempt, though we are in the bonus. It's going to be a 1-and-1 situation instead of the 2 it would have been had she fouled her while shooting. It's going to sneak into the lane here for the rebound, as it will be live on a miss. This is Emily Erskine to the line, I believe, for her first free throw. Just rims off. Jandro with the rebound, gets it up to Daigle. They're going to try to speed up the pace here as they find Hafford for the quick hitter, but that is no good, as she was recovered upon well and had kind of a tough angle along the baseline there. That entry attempt is off of the hands of Bryant, eventually down to Saucier. We'll see if they're looking for the last one of the quarter, or if they're just going to keep playing as they've been. Roy's going to get caught with that kind of pump fake and go travel. A lot of times you see them change the pivot foot and they'll take a jab, but then the pivot foot will take a quick hop back to push off of. They got her with the travel for that.
I hate when refs call that. Let's just keep playing. Come on.
Yeah.
It made no difference in the outcome of anything.
No, and it's one of those that you kind of have to feel was a point of emphasis at some point, and they've been a little hypersensitive to it ever since.
Yeah.
They're going to get Daigle with the body blocking foul along the baseline there. It's going to be their 9th team, so still just 1-1. The next one would be 2 shots, so hopefully they don't get another foul in 7.6 seconds.
Yeah, Woodland's been benefiting from their aggressiveness. You know, Fort Kent keeps putting them to the line, They're going to be kicking themselves at halftime for all the free throws missed. Could be a tie game at this point. Fort Kent, hopefully that's something that they discuss at halftime. Say, hey, we've got to be playing defense with our feet a little bit more than our hands. 3, 2, 1, Hafford from the wing. No bueno.
So with that, sees the end of our first half with the Lady Warriors doubling up +1 the visiting Lady Dragons by a score of 15-7. We will take a break and be back shortly on WHOU and WFKT.
MMG Insurance is a proud sponsor of high school basketball. Founded in 1897 and based in Presque Isle, MMG has independent insurance agents across Maine, New Hampshire, Vermont, Pennsylvania, and Virginia. MMG has recently received a national award in innovation, was recognized as the Maine Company of the Year by the Maine Insurance Agents Association, and again named among the best places to work in Maine. Find out more about MMG by visiting our website, mmgins.com. MMG Insurance, protecting your piece of the world.
Katahdin Valley Health Center, or KVHC, is a network of 6 community health centers dedicated to providing affordable, comprehensive, and high-quality care to people of all ages and incomes. We accept all patients and insurances, including those who are uninsured or on Maine Care. Our committed patient care team is here for you, offering an extensive range of services to provide you with quality health care. We're creating healthy communities starting with you. Call or visit our website today.
Pioneer Fiber to the Home is now available in Holton, Sherman, Stacyville, Calais, and Baileyville. Streaming live events in high definition like high school basketball is best viewed with the most stable and fastest connections. Pioneer Broadband delivers state-of-the-art fiber directly into your home to handle all of your most demanding internet needs. Don't get left behind with slower technology. Get the fiber you need. Pioneer Broadband.
TheCounty.me, your source for countywide sports, including scores and highlights from the greater Holton, Presque Isle, and Caribou regions. We also are the source for all the latest daily news and community happenings for readers of the Holton Pioneer Times, the Star Herald, and the Aroostook Republican and News coverage area. Visit us now on the web at TheCounty.me.
We all know a Aroostook County winter isn't much fun, but it can be with the right equipment. Holton Tire Company at 76 Myrna Street is your boss plow dealer and carries the King of Snow Aaron snowblowers. Full service department with parts in stock.
Steelstone Industries in Holton is your location for gravel, salt, sand, paving, and plowing. Groundwork materials of all kinds and equipment to move it. We now offer heavy equipment and truck repair at our shop on 289 Station Road in New Limerick. Call Steelstone Industries at 532-2675.
For drivers from Patton to Bangor and everywhere in between, buying from Thornton Brothers is a rewarding experience.
At Affordable Plumbing, we buy all our vans through Thornton Brothers. Not only do they have excellent customer service, but I'm treated like family when I walk through the door.
Get a fresh start with great deals on select new 2019 and 2020 Ram trucks and vans during the Start Something New sales event. Thornton Brothers in Lincoln, your hometown dealer, wherever your hometown may be.
Be good for Nana, okay? I love you. That's nutmeg.
A moment like this is decades in the making. The County Federal Credit Union, partnering with you to achieve financial success so you can enjoy the moments that matter. CountyFCU.org.
We all know a Aroostook County winter isn't much fun, but it can be with the right equipment. Holton Tire Company at 76 Myrna Street is your boss plow dealer and carries the King of Snow Aaron snowblowers. Full service department with parts in stock. Steelstone Industries in Holton is your location for gravel, salt, sand, paving, and plowing. Groundwork materials of all kinds and equipment to move it. Steelstone Industries is your aggregate supplier. You can visit Steelstone Industries at 154 Steelstone Street in Holton.
Our halftime guest is actually not going to be much of a guest at all. He's going to be our color guy. I'm going to talk to Coach Fletcher Brown, as I did with Coach Tom Bird in the halftime of the first one. We're going to talk to Coach Brown about now the women's team over at the University of Maine at Fort Kent. So, Coach, just give us a quick kind of recap rundown of the season thus far.
Yeah, it's been a little bit up and down. We've experienced, I don't know how else to describe it besides a little bit of bad luck. Previous season finished with a 23-6 record, appearance in a national championship. Returned 4 starters, 2 first-team All-Americans, and a first-team All-American from the previous year who sat out last season. 2 out of those first-team All-Americans out for the season before we even get started. And then we can't go a week or 10 days without somebody spraining an ankle or pulling a hammy or something. So it's been a real struggle in the injury department. We've had to kind of piece things together and really change up a lot of the things that we planned on doing early in the season. We've had to kind of switch up some of our strategies a little bit, but we've still been putting it together. We've had a really tough schedule. We did a lot of traveling this year. We went all over the country, really. Played some really talented top 25 ranked NAIA teams, some really talented top 25 Division III teams. But that only made us, stronger moving into our conference play, which is this time of year. We are right now, if the season were to end today, we would make the national tournament. If we keep winning, then we'll stay right in there. We got a big road trip towards the end of this week. We travel down to Machias for a game. We go down to Boston for a game, and then 2 games in the southern part of the state. Last Sunday, we probably had our biggest win of the season against Central Maine College. They came in with a record of 17-1. We were really down that game, only 6 healthy players, and we pulled off the victory. We shot it really well to start the game, and we just kind of had a nice 8 to 10 point cushion. So we're not victims of our circumstance. We're keeping it rolling.
So who are some of the main contributors that are still healthy for you this year?
That's a great question. Number 20, Renika Guyton. She's a young lady from California, Southern California. She's our leading scorer, our lead guard. She's really dynamic in the open floor. She uses her quickness, uses her speed to, pretty much blow by anybody that's guarding her. Savannah Jankowski, who sat out last season but was a really strong contributor to our team a couple years ago. She's the second leading scorer. Does a little bit of everything for us at the wing spot. Can rebound, blocks 1 or 2 shots, plays passing lanes well, 1 or 2 steals a game. And then one of our seniors, Yvette Trujillo, who is a junior college transfer from California but grew up in El Paso, Texas. She's kind of a stretch 4 for us, plays down low, gets 7 or 8 rebounds a game, has a really nice mid-range touch, and can step out and hit a 3 every now and again. So those are probably the 3 best players, but with only 6 or 7 at times, everyone stepped up, and everyone on the team has made some contributions here and there throughout the season. So we're I wouldn't say our strength is in our numbers, but the 6-7 that we do have, they all can make a play. So any given night, I like our chances.
Awesome. Well, we look forward to the remainder of your schedule and seeing what kind of jostling within the rankings you guys can do here before that national tournament. Back to this one quickly. We'll have you give us a quick rundown of your individual point totals, and then I'll have Jake give us the stats that he's gathered through the first half.
No doubt. It appears that Abby Walker for Woodland has scored all 7 points for the Lady Dragons. Fort Kent girls mixing it up a little bit. Samantha Roy, she's got a handful of rebounds, but also has contributed 4 points. Desiree Hafford leading scorer with 6, and Madison Saucier coming in with 2 big points.
Yeah, I think we missed a 3 somewhere along the way because that totals up 12 and we got 15 on the board, so we'll rectify that before the end. I'll now throw this over to Jake, and he's going to give us our secondary stats.
For the Fort Kent Warriors, Melissa Daigle's got 3 rebounds and 1 assist. Shirley John Joe got 3 rebounds, 1 assist. Madison Saucier got 5 rebounds, 2 assists, and 3 steals. Sam Roy got 8 rebounds and 1 steal. And for the Woodland Dragons, Nicole Cox got 1 rebound, 1 steal, and 1 block. Emily Ertz had 4 rebounds, and Abby Walker got 7 rebounds, 1 steal, 1 block.
Awesome. Thank you, Jake.
Thanks, Jake.
So we're just about ready to get things underway here in this second half. Fort Kent enjoying a nice little 8-point cushion. Looking to see if hopefully both teams able to avoid any further foul trouble as they started to stack up there a little bit towards the end of that half, and neither team with a ton of bodies on the bench that Coach O'Leary uses regularly in tight games anyways. For Fort Kent and Woodland just doesn't really have any bodies that he just with the amount of players missing through various injuries and ailments. So see if foul trouble becomes a determining factor in the remainder of this one. We're going to now have Woodland with the ball first, now attacking left to right, attacking what Fort Kent appears to be now a half-court 1-3-1. Again, Coach O'Leary never letting you get too comfortable with one defensive look for too long of a time.
Yeah, I'd like to see Woodland limit the second chance opportunities from the Warriors in the second half. Adjustments for the Warriors. Got to make those free throws.
Yeah, Fort Kent's not usually a team that does a ton of offensive rebounding, so any rebound second chance points that they get are found money. In a game like this, that shot is no good, but rebound. Speaking of second chance points,
there you have it.
Grabbed and put right back up by 12 Abby Walker. So I believe we have that as being, no correction, I was going to say the first point scored by anyone other than the sole scorer, but it was in fact Walker that had the 7 previous prior to that. Jandro with a nice show and go drive to her strong right side and finishes that one for a quick 2. Daigle being very active on the top of that zone. That shot is wide and rebounded by Jandro.
Scrum for the rebound. There's the touchdown pass we were looking for. A little bit off target. Nice hustle from Hafford.
Yeah, very well done by Hafford to keep that one in play and preventing the turnover. So Fort Kent will now get to run their half-court sets here, and they find Daigle on the cut, though it's well defended and knocked away by Woodland, so Erskine coming the other way with it. She's met by Saucier just enough to slow her down. She'll now get back to her familiar wing position in the 1-3-1 zone. Not trapping corners thus far. Long 3 taken there just off the front rim.
It's the third 3 of the period so far for the Woodland girls.
So settling a little bit, and I'm sure fatigue is probably an issue, and figuring they'll have an easier time getting up a long one than trying to drive around anybody. Woodland now appearing to be in a 2-1-2 half-court zone. Saucier flashes ball side elbow, gets it knocked away, but it finds Hafford. Get it over to Jandro in the wing.
Middle of this zone, pretty wide open for the Warriors. Let's see if they can play inside out.
Hafford's drive and kick over to Daigle. That long 3 is just off the back rim and up off the support beams. Out of bounds over to the Lady Dragons. Fort Kent showing kind of a token 1-3-1 3/4 court. Again, basically just a token pressure, just showing it to make the Lady Dragons have to take their time getting it across, passing it around the top, but doing so with ease.
And my junior college coach used to call that just a tempo press. Just a tempo press. Don't worry about it.
Yep, just slowing things down a little bit. That drive there.
Yeah, had some contact.
Yeah. think they'll say that she was probably the initiator of that contact, and the tripping over the sea of legs was just her own doing, so she's tagged with the travel. Jandro has it here right in front of us. Quickly swung around to the other wing. Hafford then skips the top and throws it just a little out of Jandro's reach.
Can't underestimate the fundamentals of the pass and catch, especially in the women's game and the girls' game. The pass and catch, something we work on it probably 10 to 12 minutes every day in 1 or 2 different drills to start practice every day. Whether you realize it or not, that pass and catch is so important.
Yeah, it's hard to run an offense if you are struggling with, like you said, the basics of, just making a good pass and being able to catch sometimes even not the best passes. Fort Kent still in this 1-3-1, though.
It's a skill a lot of people take for granted.
And as we say that, the ball is thrown away, giving possession over to the Lady Warriors.
I was at a clinic this summer, coaching clinic. One of the coaches there, he coaches at Marquette University men's basketball. He told a quick story about his time with the Chicago Bulls. He said he was with the Chicago Bulls during Jordan's last championship season. So these guys are probably, Jordan, Scottie Pippen, Phil Jackson, Rodman, some of the best ever to do it in basketball. As Warriors turn it over, transition fast break for the Dragons. It's good.
That's our first bucket by someone in purple not named Abby Walker. Cole Cox with the 2 there. Sorry, continue.
Yeah, so first drill of the very first practice of training camp, Chicago Bulls, 1997. These guys have won 5 championships. These guys are at the top of their game, peak of their powers. He lined them up across the lane. Everybody had a partner. Each partnership had one basketball, passing it back and forth. Chest pass, chest pass, chest pass, right in the hands. Bounce pass, bounce pass. Okay, now take a few steps back. Nice hustle from Hafford. We've got a scramble. Great hustle from the Warriors to keep that in bounds. Team in white's coming in transition. They're going to slow it down. Yeah, some of the rookie guys, just taking it for granted. Another turnover from the Warriors. Woodland starting to get into transition a little bit as she floats it up and in high off the glass. Nicole Cox. Training camp rookie guys kind of goofing around. This guy said Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen were partners, and they're throwing lasers to each other. I mean, absolute 100% focus in something that seems like the most fundamental and basic drill of all time. So after I learned that one, I said, I think that's what we're going to do for the first drill of our first practice this season. And as to be expected, another turnover for the Warriors. That's 3 or 4 in the last 3 or 4 possessions. They've got to value the basketball a little bit better as Woodland's starting to creep up just a little bit, makes it a 2-possession game. As expected, some of the new players taking it real easy with the pass and catch, and some of my veteran players say, hey, you can't underestimate this very, very basic skill as we have a turnover. Hafford's taking it mano-a-mano, attracts the foul. She's going to be shooting 2. Long story short, pass and catch, super important.
Indeed, like we said, one of the basic building blocks of any offense, and we've seen the importance of it here as Fort Kent, I don't know the last time they even got a shot off due to having turned it over before getting to that point, and before you know it, Woodland chipped away to the lead to make it a 2-possession game. Hafford, however, able to extend it back out to 5 with that first free throw being made. We're going to see Amy Cox check back into the game for Sister Nicole. I'm just assuming relation here, by the way. I hope I'm correct in doing so.
Well, they got relations?
I hope they're related, as I've been calling them sisters.
Sister, sister. Whoa, sandbagger. Oh. The block from behind, the chase down.
Yeah, I think Mr. Stevenson's going to come in and correctly.
We've got some contact.
Issue a foul on that one. There was definitely contact with the ball, but I think the elbow into the head as the hand was swatting the ball probably warrants the foul call on that one. Like them letting them play, though, to an extent.
Oh, yeah. Here we go.
And as they say, ball don't lie. It goes both ways. She drains that first one. Hafford's going to check out with her 2 foul. Correction, that's not Hafford. I believe that's Guimon checking out. That foul, though, which was given to Hafford as her second. Second free throw is no good. Rebound down to Saucier. She clears it out to Hafford to the advance. No numbers, however, so she'll look to set things up. Almost pulled the trigger on that quick three, but was closed out just in time. That one just makes it back to her up top. Gets it over to Roy. Woodland still playing this kind of 2-3, 2-1-2 type zone. Forken more than happy to pass it around the top of that as Hafford pulls and drains that three right in front of her bench.
Nice skip pass from the Warriors. Hit Hafford right in the hands, right in the shot pocket. She just went up and drained it.
Yep, again, that's one of those where, you know, if a pass is slightly off, it may just be the difference between being able to get it off and not. They're going to get Hafford with her third foul on that shot attempt. So foul trouble suddenly becoming a concern here. We are over halfway through the third, so I don't think we're in any position where you need to pull her with the 3 fouls, but she's definitely going to have to probably change her approach a little bit so as to avoid that deadly fourth. That first free throw by Walker rattles in, adding to her total. I think her first point since that first half. She kind of carried the load. Second one is also good. She's
free money.
Quite a few free throws this evening, probably more than half of her points coming from the line.
Hafford 2 in a row.
She was left
Second
alone.
Chance.
Good.
Second chance opportunities for the Warriors.
Good hands there by Jaden Smith to rip that one away before she's able to put up the second attempt after receiving the nice entry on the cut. That entry is knocked away by Hafford, and Roy eventually gets her hands on it, though along with a couple Dragons. So it's going to be tied up. Possession arrow now back and fully functional, pointing down to the Lady Warriors. You see number 5, Sierra Bryant, check back in for the Lady Dragons. Just under 2 minutes remaining here in this third quarter. Lady Warriors milking a 5-point lead, a score of 21-16. O'Leary drives. I think before the ball's knocked around there, they're going to get Jandro for a 3-second violation, I think was the call. Caught her in there a little too long. Going to get Cox dribbling around. She's going to drive the lane. Probably should have just taken that first one.
Yeah, she was open.
She'd have just kept going. Might have had a layup over on the right side, but she was closed out relatively quickly. That 3 by Erskine is good. Finally getting another Dragon into the scorebook with her first bucket of the evening, cutting the lead all of a sudden to just one of 2 points. Jandro's attempt to Saucier was a good idea, but just couldn't get it over or through the hands of the zone there.
The bounce pass in the lane, probably your better option.
Yeah.
Everyone's hands are, shoulder height. You either got to throw it high or drop it low.
Yeah, if you're not big enough to kind of drop it down over the top of that, you probably are better off trying to slip that pocket bounce pass through there. They're going to get Saucier for the shooting foul, which is going to send Abby Walker back to the line, which is not a good situation if you're Fort Kent. She has made a killing from there today. First one is up, and true to form is good. She's going to have a chance to tie things up for the first time in a long time for the Dragons. I believe the last time we had a tie score was either 6-6 or something shortly thereafter that. Sub at the table will be for the shooter if she makes it, which she does. So she's going to check out.
Looks like she needs a breather.
Yeah, I think this is buying a quick extended break with a minute before the half. Kind of maximize the time she'll have out of action to throw her back in for what appears to be as though it'll be a contentious fourth quarter. Things tied back up here.
Yeah, she's all knotted up. There's the bounce pass we're looking for.
Yep. It found its way through, but there's a lot more kind of secondary traffic there that was able to get some hands in and knock that one away.
Uh-oh, cookies.
Speaking of doing so, Hafford takes that one away, and she gets the pass up ahead, and that layup is good, putting Fort Kent back up ahead by 2.
That was a big stop for the Warriors.
Yeah, nice quick bucket to gain that lead back and hopefully keep it before the end of this third quarter.
Yeah, needed that one.
Jandro playing some dogged defense up top. Erskine's going to take that three. No good. Rebound knocked around, eventually controlled by Jandro for a second anyways. It finally finds O'Leary. She's got 11 seconds to make something happen here. She dribbles up, kicks it over to Roy. She's going to take that corner three. Up and around, no good. It comes off of a chest and finds Sose underneath. Unable to finish, but she does get fouled. So with 2.6 seconds left, she's going to go to the line with a chance to extend this 2-point lead.
The ricochet.
Yeah, that one came pretty hard off someone's chest or shoulder, and she couldn't even really believe it found her because she didn't find it.
A little pinball action.
Yep, so she's at the line for two. First of which is just short and rims out. Got to get it there. She will get a second, however. This is where you really don't want to pick up any cheap fouls in the rebounding action. 2.6 seconds remaining.
Heave it.
One. Jandro knocks that one away from behind, not even allowing for the half-court attempt. So that ends our third quarter with Fort Kent clinging to a 2-point lead by a score of 23-21. We'll be back in a minute on WHOU and WFKT.
County Ag and Turf Supply is at its new home on 7 Dow Siding Road in Caribou, offering the same great service. Randy and Jerry are working hard to supply the county with the best products. They offer Blue Seal Feed, Sentinel, Inspire, and Dynasty and Triple Crown for your equine, Home Fresh Extra Egg and Multi-Flock Pellets, and Crumples and Mealworm for your poultry, Entrust Pet Food for your cat or dog, Minerals for your beef and dairy. They have feed for all your livestock. County Ag and Turf Supply also has wood pellets, lubricants, and of course, Willow the Blue Seal Rabbit on the premises. Stop by County Ag and Turf Supply today.
White Smiles Family Dentistry realizes that life gets busy. We have locations in Presque Isle and Fort Fairfield to better accommodate your busy schedule. If you need to see a dentist but don't want to wait months for an appointment, then call White Smiles Family Dentistry. We are always accepting new patients and can accommodate you as quickly as possible. We offer the area's most complete dentistry, including implants, extractions, root canals, and implant retained dentures, which saves you from trips downstate or transfers to another dental office. Don't wait months to see your dentist. Call White Smiles Family Dentistry today.
So we are back for the conclusion of this one. Woodland, the big third quarter, cutting it back down to having tied it at one point, but now back down to just a 2-point deficit, and we're going to quickly get Saucier with a foul, trying to knock away that entry attempt.
Yeah, it's tempting to try and deflect those entry passes into the post if you're getting fronted. You either got to work yourself around and totally deny it, close it off, or you got to let her catch it and wall up, make her shoot it over you. If you try a little in between, it's going to be a foul every time.
That's one of those where I know when my guys do it, I say, do you think you're guarding Hakeem Olajuwon? Because you're playing as though if he gets it, we're already defeated. It's okay to, depending on who it is, let him get it and then just defend. We're going to get Roy with another foul. So that's 2 here in the first 15 seconds, and all of a sudden Fort Kent's 1 foul away from sending Woodland to the line for a 1-and-1. It's Roy's 3rd.
Yeah, that's not going to bode well down the stretch, I can tell you now.
Could make for a long fourth quarter, and we've seen that Woodland has been more than happy to go to the line, in particular Abby Walker, who's scored a ton of her total with freebies.
Walker back in the game after the brief substitution.
Yep,
I'm willing to bet she's going to go the rest of the way.
Which is why I'm sure Coach Moody wanted to use that dead ball situation with a minute left to kind of get her that extended continuous break. Jandro the kick out to Roy. She shows and goes. That shot is no good. Saucier
nice
tracks
hustle.
that one down, but is unable to
Turnover.
find someone to save it to. That sends Woodland the other way, and a layup for number 1 Nicole Cox, tying things back up at 23. Woodland now back in a 1-2-2 zone, which actually I think it's just a man, and they were just kind of not really sure what it is. Maybe a 3-2, kind of a matchup type 3-2. Where you're not really stuck to your spot. Either way, they ended up stealing that one away.
Yeah,
so they have the ball with a chance to take their first lead in maybe at all.
The Warriors have not done a very good job valuing the basketball in the second half. They've allowed Woodland to get back in the game just off silly turnovers, and by putting them to the line, you got to do a better job of controlling things that you can control, valuing the basketball.
It's one thing to be sending a team to the line, but when it's continuously the same player who's proved herself very proficient from there has not boded well. So she's going to get 2 more. Let's add to her total and try to get Woodland, I believe, their first lead of the evening, and she does. They may want to stop fouling her. How many free throws do you have her having converted thus far there, Fletch?
5 in the second half, 3 in the first half.
The announcer's jinx finally takes effect, and she misses that one, though the rebound is tied up and keeping the ball with the Lady Warriors. Larissa Daigle is going to check back in for Cassidy O'Leary, who had a nice little cameo there. Two very big parts of the future here, a freshman and a sophomore in Larissa Daigle and Cassidy O'Leary, respectively. Erskine with it being marked by Saucier.
Yeah, they're both going to be pretty good. Just from what I've seen in the summertime. And
they entered that one into Walker, and she was unable to finish.
Warriors pushing the pace. I like it. Possession arrow in favor of the home team.
There was a lot of contact on that shot attempt by Walker, but I do think Saucier just got there in time to not be moving into that shot attempt.
Yeah, I like the no call.
Yep. Back into the 2-3 now for Woodland. Well, again, it's very much like a matchup as no one's really stuck to their spot. And Amy Cox just a second late to that one, and she's going to get tagged with the foul. Only Woodland's 3rd of the half. So they are in no way deterred from continuing to play aggressively. Now, proud owners of a 1-point lead.
Yeah, it's been a tale of 2 halves so far, I think. Warriors started out hot, possibly riding the emotions of the senior presentation, and you know, they punched first, but Woodland's been able to right the ship and get themselves a nice 1-point lead here late in the game. See if they can hold on to it. Nice take from Daigle, just a bit off. Transition for Woodland. Pack your bags.
Yeah, she had an idea, but the lane kind of closed off, and she'd already committed and couldn't stop that momentum, and called for dragging that pivot foot. And that attempted advance pass. Fort Kent's going to gladly take possession back, inbounding here in front of the stage. Hafford going to look to set things up against this matchup 2-1-2 zone. They find Guimont flashing in the middle. She dumps it down to Saucier, a little hot.
Too hot to handle, too cold to hold.
Yeah, that one finds Erskine, who's being
full court D.
harassed by Hafford, and the one-man press is enough to force the turnover.
Fort Kent bench trying to encourage their teammates on the floor. Crowd's been quieted as soon as Woodland took the lead. Woodland, that's about 35, 45 minutes from here?
Yeah, not that Woodland.
Oh.
You're thinking of the Woodland by Caribou. This is the Woodland down in Baileyville, Maine, which is basically, Calais.
Oh,
so more about 3.5 to 4 hours.
Wow, Dragon's native to that part of Maine?
Yeah, I didn't think so. Pete's Dragon actually moved, but that was down in a different southern coastal part of Maine. Passamaquoddy, I believe, was the town Pete's Dragon was about. So Saucier's getting fouled on that shot attempt. It's going to send her to the line.
That's a long drive.
It sure is. Trust me, I had to have made it a couple times with the boys' teams the last couple of years. Some might call it a weekend ruiner, to be honest with you.
Yeah, we're no stranger to the long drives. Our closest trip is to Presque Isle. We regularly play all through Massachusetts, upstate New York, far west is Buffalo, down south Pennsylvania, Virginia. So I understand how the travel thing goes. I hear you. It can wear on you.
For sure. That second free throw is off, but the rebound knocked out of bounds by Lady Dragon. So Fort Kent going to keep possession with a chance to retake the lead. Things being tied up now at 24. And Coach O'Leary is going to want to talk about this one and take a full timeout. We'll take it as well on WFKT and WHOU.
Lincoln Power Sports is the leading ATV, snowmobile parts, accessories, and outdoor equipment dealer in Lincoln. Whether you're looking for the latest new products from BRP, Can-Am, Skidoo, or today's best clothing and accessories, we've got it. It's no wonder riders and customers trust Lincoln Power Sports for ATV and snowmobile service and installation of parts and accessories. Stop by our store or browse our extensive online catalog from anywhere in the world. Call 207-794-8100. We would love to hear from you.
So after that timeout, we are back. Sose with a quick turnaround on the lane is no good. Rebound knocked around, finally finds the hands of Cox. That one knocked away by Jandro, forcing the turnover. She regained possession, but couldn't get a dribble back down or the pass off before taking those steps. So Daigle with the now attacking. Finds Saucier again in the lane. She's going to go up for two and get it, and the foul. So that gives them the 2-point lead, and she's going to go to the line with the chance to extend it to 3. It hasn't been capitalizing their free throws as of late, but it's never too late to start. And that first one does fall.
3 the old-fashioned way.
Yes, sir. So Woodland now trying to claw back.
That next foul for Woodland is going to put the Warriors in the bonus. So, whoa, quick trigger.
Just off, rebound down to Daigle. She's going to look up ahead to Hafford. Nice strong pass. It gets there in a hurry, but
Hafford's been doing a nice job leaking out for the Warriors. Couldn't connect on that layup try. Reminds me of the old Dean May jet offense. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that one. There it is again with the leak out.
Hafford converting that one over on the left side. Maybe she just needs to get fouled, as she was there. So she too is going to go to the line with a chance for, as we said, 3 the old-fashioned way. Been a very good free throw shooter.
Yeah, Hafford, like I said, with the leak outs, bursting down the floor.
That one bounces around and does fall, extending quickly, getting the lead up to 6.
Push the pace, dictate the tempo. Get the opponent to play your game.
We're going to get Jandro for being just a half second late to that spot. Get her block.
Jet offense, the leak out offense, jet offense, Dean May, Balboa Buccaneer, San Francisco, California.
Few notable alumni from that fine establishment. That free throw is off and no good. Rebound to Jandro. She advances it up to Hafford, though she's going to slow things down. Wisely so. Now with a 6-point lead, all of a sudden they get it back to the slashing Hafford. Misses that one, but is able to recover her own rebound. Gets it out to Jandro. You hear Coach O'Leary saying he's a little more willing to be patient offensively and run some clock. Nice entry into Guimond, and she converts that one for 2. So all of a sudden, the lane opening up for the Lady Warriors. If they've made 3 short ones in the span of just over a minute.
Basket's looking real big for the Warriors. T.O. for the Purple Dragons.
Coach Moody's going to take just a 30, but we will take the 30 as well and be right back on WHOU and WFKT.
We all know that fresh new paint can quickly transform the look and feel of your home. Our trained staff can help you select the best paint and color for your mood and budget with our new Color Journeys color matching system. Best look paint and primer in one. It's easier than ever to do it yourself, and it means less time and money spent on the project. Make your personal color statement and go where the builders go for quality do-it-best paint at the best price. The S.W. Collins Company in Caribou, Presque Isle, Holton, Lincoln, and Fort Kent.
This is Ben Adams from Priority Auto Sales. Listen, I know you've been seeing a lot of these orange plates around town lately, and trust me, I'm not just paying people to drive around in our vehicles all day. Every day we're selling cars, trucks, and SUVs. Why? It's simple. Discounted prices up front, great selection, and low pressure sales. We're simply not playing the games. We really are creating a new way to shop for a used vehicle. Check us out at yourpriorityauto.com and like us on Facebook. Priority Auto Sales, Route 1 in Holton.
Into their own basket. Under Fort Kent's basket. Fort Kent applying the full court pressure. Woodland able to get it across rather handily. Fort Kent not in a position to need to sell out for steals, so they were able to just kind of contest and make it difficult. They're going to get Saucier for the foul and send Abby Walker back to the line. Pardon me if you've heard that before. It's going to be Saucier's. It's going to be her 5th and disqualifying foul, so that's going to end her senior night, though hopefully they can hold it together for her and earn her one more game here, and with a potential preliminary round playoff game, I believe would be next week. Walker's first free throw is good. She'll get the second. The next foul by Fort Kent, assuming it's not a team control foul, will be the 10th, which will mean double bonus and 2 free throws. Second one here by Walker is also good. I've been very impressed by her free throw shooting tonight. She is, I'd say she's at least 85% from the line, which is quite impressive. Kimon has it down in that short corner. That pass out top to Hafford is stolen away. So she does a good job to recover and take that one right back, and she tries to make the advanced pass.
Got a little controversy on the double dribble. Hafford went to pass, kind of bobbled the pass.
Yeah, she had ended the dribble, so then when she makes the bounce pass and is the next one to touch it, that is therefore considered a dribble. So justifying the double dribble call. I do believe that was the correct call. Either that or a travel for receiving her own pass and moving. So either way, turnover justly awarded.
Warriors really trying to put the game away with the full court pressure. Trying to get a couple turnovers and really take the wind out of the sails for the Dragons. Dragons doing a pretty decent job handling it.
Hafford smartly pulling her hands back and avoiding getting the cheap foul in the, called the coffin corner there. No one in a threatening position, no need to foul there. So Fort Kent, if nothing else, making Woodland work for this possession, not giving up easy baskets. That one gone to the ground floor by Guimon and Erskine. The tie-up is going to give it right back over to the Lady Warriors. With 2:51 remaining in this, they're nursing a 6-point lead, trying to hold on. Roy inbounds it to Jandro, quickly gets it over to Daigle, and she's going to attack all the way and take it straight up. That layup is no good, but Hafford is there for the rebound, and she's going to get fouled.
Beautiful execution on the pressure release for the Warriors.
Yep.
Hafford found money. Johnny on the spot right there with the offensive rebound.
That's exactly how I'm sure you're coaching that press break, where you got it into the wing, reverse it back to the inbounder, opposite guard, and take off. First free throw by Hafford just a bit short. I'm sure some tired legs are coming to effect here, as I'm not sure she's been taken out. Now having played almost 30 minutes of game time. The second one is also short, however. Jandro with the rebound. And Coach O'Leary's going to kind of try to save her from committing a turnover there, either looking like steps might have been coming or 3-second violation. He's going to take a full timeout, and we'll take the 60 as well on WHOU and WFKT.
Hello, this is Tony Bowers at Bowers Funeral, and we want to wish good luck to all area basketball teams, boys and girls, as you strive for the gold ball at the end of the season. We are proud to be a part of your communities and our family serving your family since 1900. Good luck, play hard, and above all, be good sportsmen.
Sorry, Dad.
Sure, you could get him a new car. You could also light a pile of money on fire. Because as long as Mr. It wasn't my fault takes the wheel on occasion, maintaining this car is your best option. So keep it running longer, stronger, with quality parts and a whole lot of Napa know-how.
Dad, where are you going?
So after that timeout, Fort Kent's going to be inbounding right in front of us. Chandra doing the honors. Gonna get it into Hafford after she had set the screen and rolled off it. Drew a lot of attention there to Daigle, who's done a lot of the ball handling, but freed her. Roy's going to have it on the wing. Hits Chandra on the back cut, and that one unable to crawl over the top of the rim. However, Roy with another rebound, and then another is able to put it back in for two.
Another one.
She's had at least double-digit rebounds now, which you'd love to see on her last home game as a senior. Getting a lot of minutes due to the fact that it's senior night and definitely taking advantage of the opportunity. It's one of those where she's going to be walking off and say, "See, coach?" So Fort Kent getting the foul that they definitely did not want to be issuing. That is the 10th. And though at least it will not be Walker back to the line, it will send 21 Jaden Smith to the line, which if they can score points without the clock moving, they will gladly accept that. Just under 2 minutes remaining here. Fort Kent clinging to an 8-point lead. First free throw by Jaden Smith is up and good.
Yeah, regardless of the outcome, nice effort from the Warriors to, make it a lot more respectable than the previous matchup between these teams. It looks like they're going to come away with the win, but, I don't want to speak too soon. Regardless, better than getting beat. Having a lead late, better than getting beat.
Daigle's layup there is no good. That's one of those that you probably advise against. I know you're saying only layups, but a little contested there. Maybe you want to say uncontested layups only at this point, holding on to a 7-point lead.
Yeah, let's pump the brakes.
For sure. That rebound knocked around, eventually controlled by Walker. Hafford there closing out that 3-point attempt.
Oh.
They're going to get Guimon for the reach. Darn near clothesline, if we're being honest. That's going to send number 1 Nicole Cox to the line for two. She almost got Cole Cox, so that's fitting.
Let's get back into that zone, Warriors. Let's slow it down. Man to man, we're just putting them to the line, putting them to the line, putting them to the line. Let's clog those lanes.
Free throw is very well taken, and nothing but net there. She'll get the second. Only 3 in the lane rebounding for the Warriors. Curious there. No matter, however, she drains it. Coach Moody is going to take a full timeout. This may be one of his last ones if he has any left. I'm not sure. I'll get that word, but it is going to be he has 1 and 1 left. So we'll take our full minute timeout and be right back on WHOU and WFKT.
Excellence at ground level is what you get with J. McLaughlin Construction in Holton. Founded in 2012, the company plans the construction of streets, residential areas, and commercial buildings, and they are involved in both public and private projects. Their high-quality work and many years of experience have earned them an excellent reputation and a loyal client base. Regardless of whether you need a detailed plan for a building or would like to build a road, J. McLaughlin Construction is your reliable partner for all your engineering needs. Call J. McLaughlin Construction at 532-6335 or 694-2546.
At the Maine Baseball Academy, our top priority is to create an experience of advanced learning and skill development for all ages. The YMCA Indoor Turf Facility has many resources that we use to our advantage while developing young athletes. Our top-tier coaching staff includes Director of Operations Ryan Lincoln and John Fry, Searsport District High School, Cody Collins, Bangor Christian Schools, and Cam Archer, Old Town High School. Follow us on Facebook at Maine Baseball Academy or call today for more information.
We got action here back in Fort Kent. Warriors with the 5-point lead, just over 90 seconds left in the ball game. Woodland with the full court pressure. Looking to trap up the sideline. There's Hafford leaking out again. Jet offense, baby. Contact.
Able to finish through the contact and convert that one. Big difference between a 5-point lead and a 7-point lead. So that's one of those layups I guess you don't mind taking. It's one of those, you better make it if you're going to take it, and she did. Rebound there by Jandro, and she's going to get fouled and take that long walk down to take the, what is still a 1-and-1 free throws, a minute 11 left. She can make both of these. That might pretty much put this one on ice.
See if the Warriors can seal the deal at the line.
She does with the first one. Earning herself the second. Second is up and just as pure. Putting them out to a 9-point lead. They're still going to press just to kind of, again, slow things down. Really good defense here by Jandro, defending without fouling and taking up 7-8 seconds there. She gets tripped up on that screen. Well, I don't think it was any fault of the screener, just didn't see her and tripped over her stationary foot.
Defense got to call that screen out. Someone's going to get hurt out here.
Yep, she seems to be no worse for the wear. She's a tough kid who's taken worse hits than that. And they're going to say that Guimon was fouled in the rebounding action there, so she's going to walk down the other way and get what is now 2 free throws. Jandro's laughing through that one, so she appears to be okay. She's got an older brother. She's got a few older brothers, so I'm sure she's taken worse hits than that. Guimon's first free throw is no good. Shaylee is going to be replaced by Cassidy O'Leary. Guimon's going to get this second one. Second is up, and the bank is open. A little late on a Saturday, but they'll take it.
Use the backboard.
So the fans starting to feel that this one is in hand. A nice entry attempt there, knocked away by Hafford, and finally controlled down to Lady Warriors. Daigle, a little Curly Neal impression with the backcourt handling exhibition. She eventually gets held and fouled by Erskine, so it'll be her turn to come take some free throws. You're getting free throws, you're getting free throws, everybody getting free throws. So she's going to get a chance at some cheap ones here. 36.8 seconds remaining in a 10-point game.
Looks like the student section behind us looking to beat traffic, getting out of the arena parking lot here, taking off early. They feel they've got this one hand. They think the Jello's jiggling and the, what do they call it? Milk's curdling or something like that.
First free throw was good by Daigle, and the second one is off the back of the rim and off. Rebound down to Woodland. Fort Kent no longer risking it with any full court pressure, token or otherwise, and just content to get back into the half court. That shot, they're going to say, was deflected out of bounds, so Woodland going to maintain possession, but an 11-point deficit with 25.6 seconds, just playing out the remainder of this one.
You can put the kids to sleep on this one. Tell you that.
Calling the dogs, put out the fire. This hunt is over. So, of course, Coach O'Leary, apparently with nothing better to do tonight, is going to take a timeout. Just a 30-second, just to get subs in. We're just going to keep it right here. Listen to the beats that Vice Principal Steve Doucette is jamming in the gym tonight.
Well, Fort Kent Warriors, that's a nice redeeming win for Coach O'Leary's team. You know, went down to their house, took the long drive, and came back with a sour taste in their mouth, especially at the last home game of the season. You know, senior night, it's great to get a nice win, especially over a team that you lost to early in the year. Coach O'Leary was telling me before the game, with this win, he hopes to move up a spot or two in the what do they call that? The heel point rankings. Let's see if they can jump up to number 10 or number 11. And you know, I'll be excited to see what they can do in the postseason.
Yeah, this easily could have been a game that they looked past, you know. Despite the tough loss down there, you could have looked out and seen how many players were missing and kind of thought they were going to walk over the opponent, however, not doing so. And now you see the seniors getting their curtain call as they are substituted off for the last time in this gym, you presume, barring any craziness in those standings or an upset victory against Fort Fairfield. So that ball is inbounded, 15 seconds remaining. They're just going to dribble this one out and ignore. I think it was probably a backcourt violation there, but
yeah,
I think everyone's got places to be, so we're going to let that one go and see if we can avoid calling a jump. We can't, so 2.2 seconds remaining.
Yeah, nice moment for the seniors here at Fort Kent. Woodland played hard. They battled, you know, halfway through the second half. It was a close one. Fort Kent coming away with the win tonight.
So 0.5 seconds remaining here. I'm going to quickly give you some point totals and some final stats as Mr. Brown gets down and gets us our post-game guess. The final of this one, Fort Kent 40, Woodland Dragons 31. Just some quick individual point totals for the victorious Lady Warriors. Shaylee Jandro with 4, Kaylee Guimon with 3, Madison Saucier with 2, 4, 6. Desiree Hafford leading the way with a big night of 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 14, 6, 17 points. Samantha Roy with 4. Larissa Daigle with a couple as well. For the Woodland Dragons, Nicole Cox with 7. Emily Erskine with 3. Amy Cox with 1. Abby Walker with 14, a lot of which from the free throw line. I now have Fletcher Brown courtside with our postgame guest.
All right, we're on. Hey, Des, great game, senior night. What are you feeling right now?
A lot of mixed emotions. Very sad that it was our last home game, but I'm glad we won.
Yeah, no, I'm really happy you guys came away with the victory, especially your last home game in your gym. You led all scorers tonight. What was the key to get you going?
Just if your shots aren't going in, you just got to drive, and we all started driving and slowing the offense down and look for our shots.
All right, congratulations. Congrats on a nice career, nice season. Happy to have you get a win in your last home game, and I'm looking forward to seeing you play for the Bengals next season.
Thank you. Thank you.
See ya.
I'm now going to throw it over to Jake, who's going to give us our individual stats and close this thing down.
Shaylee Jandro got 10 rebounds, 1 assist, and 2 steals. Madison Saucier got 8 rebounds, 3 assists, and 3 steals. And Samantha Roy got 11 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 steals. For the Woodland Dragons, Emily Erskine had 7 rebounds and 3 steals. Abby Walker got 12 rebounds, 1 assist, 3 steals on the block. And Jaden Smith got 1 rebound, 1 assist, and 3 steals.
Awesome. So thank you, Jake. Thank you, Fletcher. Thank you, everyone that has worked alongside me here doing games this season. This is our finale here, again, barring any craziness in standings that mean a home prelim game. But we thank you very much for watching and hope you continue to support your teams throughout their playoff runs. Thank you and good evening.